Chief Dr. Barrister Maxwell Opara's Allusion on Chief Ralf Uwazurike, Asari Dokubo, and today's reality. Allusions are called upon in issues of life to show a strong affinity or one's outstanding results in his or her area of endeavors. That is to say, if a doctor points to someone he had once treated of related ailment, he is calling for a validation. Looking at the fellow, he pointed as his previous patient. Same goes to when a lawyer makes a legal reference on a related matter he has done, and its result, he wants you to validate his capabilities based on the individual he once rescued or handled his matter in the past. Even at business level, references are invoked for further investigations and assessment. That is why, in a business environment, negative antecedents are avoided as cancer, as such can drain company opportunities of winning for a bidded contract in future. Barrister Maxwell Opara, choice of referencing the aforementioned individuals, Uwazurike and Asari, as people in a matter he had handled in the past, shows that he is committedly proud of not just the case, but how it ended and the current status of the individuals. It is on this very premise I want us to have a healthy analysis on the barrister's allusion. First and foremost, Barrister Maxwell Opara was never a known lawyer in the Masob leader's case, as his claim of portraying himself as a frontrunner in the matter was false. While Festus Kayemo, SAN, was chosen by Uwazurike to oversee the defense, Chief FRA Williams was the lead counsel, which he was supported by Chief Sina. Chief Dr. Ikedife led the Igbo legal team while Chief Dr. Ikiazor was his assistant. For completion of history, it is important to note here that Chief Ralf Uwazurike declined the idea of Igbo lawyers, but chose that Festus Kayemo lead his defense. There is a reason to present history for what it is, else historical revisionists will mount the podium and fed us with distorted facts boldly, while we applaud in the ocean of ignorance. Chief Ralf Uwazurike was discharged on October 26, 2007 by a federal high court after spending over 3 years in detention. As at then, Barrister Maxwell Opara was a young graduate from Enugu State University of Science and Technology, ESUT. So therefore, he might possibly be a lawyer in Festus Kayemo's chamber, learning the profession as a young lawyer, not as a known lawyer in the case he claimed. One might not be deeply in the know of what transpired between Asari Dokubo, Chief Ralf Uwazurike, and the federal government of Nigeria under President Olusegun Obasanjo during the political solution process between tripartite entities, but time has proven that the process was outrightly a win for the political class in Nigeria and a disaster for everyone who hoped on Asari Dokubo and Chief Ralf Uwazurike during their time of their activism for self-determination and resource control. If Chief Dr. Barrister Maxwell Opara should bragged with anything before the Biafran people, it should not be the political solution that happened in Asari Dokubo and Chief Ralf Uwazurike cases respectively. The events he referenced only benefited the federal government, Chief Ralf Uwazurike, Asari Dokubo, and those legal team who got their percentage on their role of convincing their clients to dump their agitations for self-determination and resource control for government contracts as we see today. Thousands of people who believed and died for the mantra of resource control and Biafra on Asari and Ralf Uwazurike time can see how they are softly mocked by one who claimed he handled the matter. If that is what Chief Dr. Barrister Maxwell Opara is looking forward in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, he is already planning a dangerous conspiracy against the people who are pushing for self-determination under MNK leadership. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had severally opined that I am not Uwazurike nor Asari Dokubo in his broadcasts, signaling that he intends not to end the Biafran agitation in the way the Dou finished theirs, which was a stabbing against the people. When a lawyer had boldly alluded to individuals who betrayed the people as his strong reference point, then there should be reason for one to worry. What Chief Dr. Barrister Maxwell Opara fails to understand is that both Asari and Uwazurike never ran a system of movement MNK is running. The above fellows didn't build any known quasi-independent structure working in synergy with them. They built a one-man show, and when they got a deal for themselves, it was so easy for them to collapse and crash everything. In the case of IPOB, MNK had said severally on public records that IPOB has a mind of its own, and that, while he is the leader of IPOB, the DOS runs the day-to-day activities of the movement. Sadly, you think he was joking when he was reiterating these statements? Like Barrister Maxwell, Opara strongly referred us to two individuals who disappointed the people's trusts and went into selves satisfaction against the social contract they had with their people. Maybe he is on lobbying on MNK to toll the dangerous path of these two, he boldly referenced. The barrister knows that before that can be achieved, the DOS must be destroyed in order to achieve non-opposition. No wonder him and his group are unleashing the mother of attacks on the DOS in order to blackmail her into non-existence. Anyways, that is not going to happen. Namdekanu is not Asari Dokubo nor Uwazurike, but Mazi Namdekanu of IPOB. I understand how richly benefiting it is to run as an arbitrator between the federal government and their opponents. A good arbitrator is one who achieves win-win for the belligerent parties. Festus Kayemo made billions of naira in arbitrating between FG and Uwazurike. Onyema of Air Peace equally made his billions of naira in being an arbitrator between FG and the Niger Delta warlords. I understand Onyema of Air Peace had once approached MNK to let him arbitrate during Buhari's era. To the best of my knowledge, MNK declined to pave way for him to cash out big in the new opportunity. If Barrister Maxwell Opara and his co-travelers wish to arbitrate, they should go ahead in speaking to the leader to whom they are disposed to. But attempting to destroy the DOS as a prerequisite or precondition for takeoff is dead on arrival. If these guys are smart, they should have been marketing internal sovereignty idea to the DOS, but because they are an arrogant, self-acclaimed arbitrators, they think they can impose or bully the DOS into submitting to their whims and caprices. I understand he complains of lack of communication between him and the DOS, but for communication to be consistent, there must be mutual respect amongst the communicators. In this case, Barrister Maxwell Opara has shown poor respect to rules of communication by stating without provocation, "Das my foot, I don't know the DOS." Until he wakes up from his high roof, he should be denied that highly sought communication. Written by Chika Austin